And we are here for Turtle Talk Thursdays, 90 miles from comics. Y290 in the building. YouTube is 90. He's teaming up with the Comic Jabroni. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta tag him in real quick.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, Edwin? I appreciate you joining me for some Turtle Talk. Shout out to our other turtle brother, C. Wood. Couldn't join us today because he's working. It's all right. Hope you're not working too hard, but we'll get everyone on soon. I know it. I can sense it.
We're gonna have a foursome, man. We're gonna have 4 of us on here at one point.
Oh, for sure. We're gonna
be talking turtles.
It's gotta be Who Dat. I gotta bring Who Dat into this. I know C. Wood has a pretty close relationship with Who Dat. I've messaged him a couple times, but C. Wood would have to probably make that connection. But I would be interested to know, and I was thinking about this, all right, it's Who Dat, Edwin, C. Wood, and myself. Then we have to split up the turtles.
Oh,
with who? You know what I'm saying?
You got Leo, man. You're the leader. You created this, man.
Well, but the knowledge of but the knowledge of turtles, I think, would be Who Dat, man. That guy is a freaking. I think he knows a ton. You know a ton. I don't know.
I love turtles, man.
I love me some turtles as well. Before we went live, for those of you that are trickling in here, I was mentioning to Edwin, I got to get some of the older stuff because I don't have a lot of the older stuff. I do have the first volume though,
1 through 4.
That oversized. I think it's the deluxe edition. It's not an omnibus, but it's volume 1 deluxe edition. Right. That my homie Joe, who was on the 90 Miles from Comics podcast. Now him and the guys that did that podcast with me, they do a new podcast called Rogue Nation. It's on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify. So if you guys want to go check it out, they do same thing, comics, statues, anything collectibles. But shout out to Joe because he's the one that gave me that volume 1. So I could go back and read those.
Yeah.
With that. But I want, as a collector, I gotta get them single issues, bro.
Single issues, man. People keep telling me, yeah, go get the trade. You go get the trade, you can read it. But I like single issues, man.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But trades are great. I have quite a few trades in my collection, and when you want to just read something straight through, trade's the way to go, without a doubt. But as a collector, I like them single issues. So I gotta get some of them older turtles into the collection. But I will say I've been on this IDW run, and I know you've been on it since pretty much the beginning. But I would say
these are my original number 1s right up here, man. I got all 4.
Look at you, bro. Let me go ahead and just highlight that on all 4 of them right there. Yep.
All 4, bro. Those are my original number 1s, dude.
And the one all the way to the right is the Death of Donatello.
And that's Death. That's one. That's one of the copies that I have.
I don't have that cover. I have a couple other covers. I showed them off last week, which maybe I'll show them later. I don't want to bore the people with that again, or I'll show you offline.
Yeah, show me, man.
Yeah, but I'm also getting one sent from Big Will because I commissioned it off of him somehow. But it's the retail incentive variant one. I don't know if you know which one. What? Not that one. It's the other one.
For which issue?
For 44.
Oh, 44. Okay.
Yeah,
that's a big one, man. I know. I know the B cover. I think the Eastman cover goes for some cash too. The retailer incentive. That's a really big one, man. Perry Comics was actually able to get that on Free Comic Book Day for $1.
Which one?
The retailer incentive.
Oh yeah, man, that's fire. Big Will sending me one, so I lucked out on that. But all right, I guess I'll show you real quick. Whatever, man. This is Turtle Talk. This is what we do. Oh, we got Who Dat in the
Who Dat in the house.
Yo, if you want to actually hop in Who Dat, you're more than welcome to, bro. We need to get. I was just mentioning before the show started and when it started, I want to get you on, and I want you to be the 4th member, you, C. Wood, myself, and Edwin over here. But if you want to get on, man, shoot me your email on Facebook and I'll send you an invite, brother, because you're as knowledgeable as turtles as anyone in the community, without a doubt. You probably know more than me because I only know pretty much this IDW run and everything that I watched as a kid. That's where my love for turtles comes, is the cartoons as a kid. But when I heard about this run,
cartoons and toys.
Yeah, but when I heard about this run, forget about it, bro. When I heard about the Death of Donatello, I hopped on that, man. But I got the 3rd print.
Oh, okay.
I got the Eastman.
Yeah, that's the Eastman. That's a nice one.
Beautiful cover. And then my brother picked this one up. It's the Ottawa Comic Con exclusive, and this one's pretty cool.
Yeah, you showed that one before. That's a nice one.
It's got a little shrine to Donatello there, so super dope. Yeah, this show's gonna be every Thursday, my friend. I'm hoping it's gonna be every Thursday, if not every other Thursday. So let me go ahead and get who dat in here. And as we go ahead and start, let's just go ahead and start. So you know what, Edwin? We'll slowly ease into it. We're gonna hop into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles '93, City at War, and the new comic book day. But before we get into that, for the people that are possibly not Super Turtle fans, I think we should jump into Batman TMNT Turtles and kind of ease into it. And as I'm sending the invite to Hudat, go ahead and take it away, my friend, because I will say this before you start. The concept of this is phenomenal. I love it. I think it's great. And this might be the best concept of the three that have come out. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I mean, I'm only one issue deep, so I don't want to say that it's... I like the first series because they put Shredder and Ra's al Ghul together. So I'm a big I'm a big Batman fan, and I'm a huge Turtles fan. So having those two worlds combined, and then kind of like the biggest bad guys for those two combining together to try to take over, like I really dug that. This one threw me off because I started reading it and I didn't understand because, I guess they're going in to fight the Joker clan, I think they're called, or the Laughing Clan.
The Laughing Clan.
Yeah, the Laughing Clan, and it's a brand new clan, and you don't understand who the heck is this. And then Batman comes in with the Turtles, and they're calling each other brother. So I know they've known each other for the past two series, but they're that close. They're calling each other brother. But you get that first appearance of that Laughing Man in here, which looks like he's like a Shredder Joker mix, which is... I think that's amazing.
Yeah, that was super cool, man.
Dude, the way he looks, man, it was awesome.
To me, even just the way the Turtles actually look themselves. You know what? I'll just go ahead. I'm going to open it.
I think it's the same as the other ones, too. The artwork inside. It's the same artist from the last two series as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's the same team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the same. Because so here's series 1. And then it says the same names at the bottom. Tinian the 4th, Williams the 2nd. So
yeah, it kind of just opens up in Gotham. It seems like to be like a normal Batman thing.
But he's in a different costume too.
Yeah. And then you flip to this page and you got like
Harley Quinn, but it's a different Harley.
It's Harley and
even the Bebop and Rocksteady kind of look different too.
Yeah, Bebop is like Killer Croc,
right?
And then like Rocksteady is Clayface, and they're like fused together.
Yeah, they're mutants, a fusion of them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I believe Harley Quinn and is it Shredder's granddaughter? Karai, right?
Yeah. Let me go ahead and let me open mine since you got yours.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. So yeah, it kind of opens up. Batman seems like to be, he's in a little different suit, like Edwin's stated, and he's coming in. Seems to be like normal.
Well, he's coming in hot, guys. He's coming in hot.
Seems to be, in Gotham, and then you flip to it, and it's the bank robbery of the characters we just named: Harley Quinn, Karai. And then Bebop and Rocksteady, Clayface, and Killer Croc fuse, which is over here, as you guys can see. Which is pretty cool, man.
I don't think they gave them different names either. Because
they did it. They're just fused with those characters.
But see, like Rocksteady is calling Bebop Croc, so he's not calling him by something else,
Oh, got you. So I guess they're going by the names of that universe, no?
Of Batman, like Batman's universe, kind of, because they're calling Miss Quinn, Harley Quinn, Miss Quinn. But it's the next page, bro, where you see that Laughing Man.
Yeah, and then the moment you see this, you're like, awesome,
dude. Yeah,
Shredder Joker fuse. Like, I don't know why. Like, might call me crazy, but I think this is cooler than Batman Who Laughs. Like, I don't know. There's something about this. Like, this guy's gonna be badass. He's gonna be like going in the mix, going head. He's going straight up head to head Batman.
I really hope that this is something that they continue, right? Because it's only the first issue, so you don't know what's going on. But I hope this is a character that we continue to see, man. The Laughing Man, like that's awesome, dude. Joker in a Shredder mix, and he has like almost the same. He's got the purple with the green outfit, but it looks like Shredder's outfit, but it's in the color scheme of the Joker. It's like, come on, dude. Like they did the fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z, bro.
It's exactly what they did. So Batman and Joker are going at it. Shredder escapes, and then Killer Croc, Bebop is like, yo, the bat wasn't alone. I mean, this is where my favorite, like one of my favorite parts. You turn the page, and then you get Red Hood Raphael, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, yo, that is just perfect, right? No better choice to be that, persona of, a bat family member. And then turn to the next page. Of course, you have the Bat family with the rest of the Turtles, and you have Donatello, Tim Drake, and Damian Robin, Michelangelo. And that, how suiting is that? Like with Michelangelo and Damian. Wayne, I just feel like the two kids.
Dude, I mean, just looking over it again, the artwork inside is awesome, and I absolutely love this fusion of the characters. And even like, you got Deadshot in that same panel too. So, and I don't know who, I guess that's just a Foot Soldier and Deadshot mixed together.
I forgot who they said it was.
Did you see it somewhere like online?
Yeah,
you looked it up?
I feel like I saw it like somewhere on Instagram that was showing it.
Oh, okay.
In the bad host I am. Real quick, bro, I'm going to shout out everyone that's joining us in the chat if you don't mind. Really? So we got Caleb the Comic Murphy, my bro, what's going on? Yo, bro. Comic Food 2814 up in the house. Comic Lover Omega, what's going on? As we mentioned earlier, Who Dat joining us. We still got Caleb in the chat. So thank you guys for the second edition of Turtle Talk. So back to, as Edwin was mentioning, it's like this Deadshot. I forgot what character fused with. I'll look it up once we get a moment, and I can tell you who it was, and I'll send you the link because I saw it on Instagram, actually. Oh, okay. So I'll send you the link to it.
Like, so on there, you saw like who the fusions are between.
Yeah, it tells you who. Yeah, each one is fused with.
I was wondering how you knew like that was Donatello and Tim Drake. I guess because the D, Drake.
Yeah, but also too the staff and just like the kind of just the hood, like the way the cap is, like I don't know, that I just
like I know like Michelangelo, that looks like Damian Wayne's Robin, like the hood that he wears when he fights his Robin. That, I mean, that totally makes sense. Plus, he's the youngest turtle out of the four.
Yeah,
Damian is the youngest Robin. So, dude, but it's not the next page, but the page after that where we finally get that kind of reveal with the half face, with the half face of the Joker and the Laughing Man.
I do want to show off though, as the leader, you got Leo as Nightwing.
Yeah, as Nightwing.
Pretty cool. So.
Super dope, you're reading this up to this point, you're still thinking, what the heck is like? It's a good read, and you're like, oh, you're really into it. What the heck is going on? This is not like how the last series left off. So how are they back together, and why are they together like this?
Yeah, well,
that's what I was thinking while I was reading this.
No, for sure. And the same thing was thinking, I'm like, all right, this has to be some sort of alternate universe. That's what I was like putting in my head. I'm like, all right, this seems like some alternate universe or some crazy thing, because like to your point, it looks like they did the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance and now everyone's like fused together. So the next page, sorry, that half face we'll show real quick.
Yep.
And that's the one that,
and so Batman is fighting the Laughing Man, and he kind of gets this vision, and he says Joker, like he's questioning like Joker. So his mind is jumping between two universes.
Yeah.
So he remembers another life where he was actually just Batman fighting the Joker.
Yeah. And then the next page is pretty cool because you get Casey Jones, but he's like a police officer.
Right. Like he's Sergeant Jones or something?
Yeah, and of course he's working with our boy Officer Gordon, and he's pretty much explaining he was like, oh, we didn't take down the Laughing Man, and that's when you reveal, like, I guess they reveal his name, because at this point you're like, yo, who is this and whatnot, like, because I don't think they say his name into that, because
I thought they said it in the earlier.
Because look, he calls him the Joker, and he says, "Joker?" Question. He goes, "I'm no Joker, Batman. I'm deadly spurious. Blow the ceiling." And then he.
But at the very beginning on this page right here, where we saw Gordon, he says,
"Oh, the Laughing Man."
Yeah, he says, "Going to get. This is our only chance to get the Laughing Man."
We get Casey Jones as a cop hanging out with Gordon, and then they get Batman because he's kind of like beat up and tore up, and that's when you see the Turtles kind of like take him over, like, all right, we got to get you back to the cave.
Right.
So they go, they get him back to the cave, with Alfred, and of course, well, not really Alfred. It's Alfred, of course. Yeah, it's Alfred fused with Splinter. And there's got to be pizza there as well for the guys. So this is like the page where it gets like revealed, like kind of sort of not exactly what's going on, but you start to get more of an idea. So you can say in this timeline or universe or whatever that when Bruce's parents get killed, Splinter finds them.
And Splinter was there to take care of him.
Yeah. And, and he kind of like, shows, brings in his sons and all that, and they all, become a team. And then you can say they become pretty much the Bat family in this universe, and Splinter's like this fusion with Alfred. It's pretty cool, bro. I dug it.
Like if you look in the cave, if you remember, like Batman's cave has all these different kind of like the big penny and the T-Rex, but in this cave it's different. It's got a Triceratops. It's got that little. Is that a penny with like a circle, like a little coin? I don't know, a Japanese coin or something.
Yeah.
So it's different.
You show it right here.
Yeah. It's got the blimp, that turtle blimp I remember from the cartoon back in the day.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of little Easter eggs in here too, man.
No, for sure.
Yo, what's up, Kenny? Comic Head 84 in the house.
We got the Macho Head 84. Ooh, the cream of the crop. He's justifiably in a position he'd rather not be in. I love that promo so much, man. So, of course, Bruce at this point is getting like a talking, and he's getting like talked up by Splinter and, of course, the Turtles, to bring back his confidence, because I guess he was just revealing like
he's been having dreams.
Yeah, and he feels like out of it, so to speak. Yeah. And, this is where Splinter, confirms that, like, yeah, this is, when we found you, we brought you in, we're family, this and that. And then they're like, yeah, man, we'll make it through, we'll fight back and whatnot. And then to the last page, and I guess you can say this is the big reveal. You got.
What I like is the page before that, right, where you get the old school 1984
little homage to Ralph.
Yeah, the black and white turtle, from another universe shows up, and he says that, you guys, it only gets bigger and weirder from here. You got to set things right. So something's going on in the multiverse, which we know DC is big for multiverse. So
yeah, and that's what they love to do. And then the next page, I guess, kind of explains what that multiverse, or who's causing that multiverse, and it's antimatter Krang.
Yeah, antimatter Krang. And I like there at the bottom it says "Crisis in a Half Shell."
Yeah, right. Crisis.
Cowabunga
to everyone in the chat, and that's your Batman TMNT Volume 3 Issue 1 review. Now, Edwin, what after you read this book, how did you? I mean, I don't know. I love the concept behind it. I know we're only one issue in, and it's a bold statement right now, but I think just the concept alone and how the Bat family was incorporated in this, I'm like, this is the one. But even I know in the first one you had Damian Wayne and all that in there, but I don't know, man. There's something about this. I
liked it. I have to give it more issues because I like the first series. Because it was the first one, like Batman and the Turtles together. You didn't really know what was going on, but this is definitely better than the second series, I have to say, with Bane. But I like the whole mashup, dude. The whole fusion of these characters. you know, each character is kind of paired off from, you know, from Batman universe and the Turtle universe, and they're just a mashup of the two. So I hope in the next 5 issues that they kind of dive deeper into a little bit backstory. They might not do that, but I'm hoping they do.
Yeah, they have to a little bit. I'm sure as it goes on, they'll give backstory and layers. Like something will be revealed. You'll get like another time jump, like you did, like the 1980s Turtle probably coming in. It could probably be like,
dude, if we get one of the 1987 cartoon Turtles coming in, dude, I'd blow my mind. It'd be over. I'd absolutely love it forever, man.
Forget
dude, I want the Cowabunga Michelangelo coming through, man.
No, forget about it. Hey, by any chance, did you ever read that Batman animated series TMNT run?
Brother, I got it right here, my man. I pulled those out too, man.
Bro, that was a lot of fun.
I liked it. Yep.
It was a lot of fun. Another one that a lot of people didn't, talk about. Maybe we can dive back into that.
Dude, definitely, man. They definitely slept on it. And this was a variant issue from my comic shop, Heroes and Fantasies. They did this variant. So, you got Joker and Harley Quinn on there. I mean, that's sick, bro. But a lot of these, with these like the cartoonish Batman adventures, they're good ones to pick up because the print run is super low and you get some really nice covers on them.
Yeah, and it's animated series.
Yeah, man. Batman the animated series is right up there with me for, one of my best cartoons growing up.
And I know they use pretty much the Turtles from like the, now.
Yeah.
But it works, man.
It worked, man. Like my kids will watch that Nickelodeon Turtles. It's on Hulu and they watch it, dude. And I sit there and I watch it with them sometimes, man.
Yo, those movies are pretty good too, man. Those animated,
I'm into it, dude. I dig it.
For sure. Yo, we got to shout out Rod Justarican for joining us in the chat.
Rod.
What's going on, brother? Appreciate that. So that was your Batman TMNT 3 Volume 3 Issue 1. I can't even. That's a tongue twister because they should just had this ongoing, bro.
Dude, and the cover, bro, is so sick, man. Like I said in my when I did the pickups and review video I do, it looks like it's kind of like glowing. I don't know the colors they use. It kind of has this fluorescent look to it, man. It's such a nice cover, dude. Eastman can draw turtles really well, and his Batman looks good too.
Yeah, his Batman looks phenomenal.
Not everybody can draw Batman. There are artists out there that I've seen that I'm not fans of drawing Batman, and Eastman does a pretty good Batman.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think that Batman right there, perfect. All right. So we're going to go ahead and dive into currently the longest ongoing Turtles run, because we are at issue 93, City at War.
Dude, I picked this one up too, man. I always get the retailer incentives.
See, I don't think they had that one at mine.
So I've been going to my comic shop, the one that I go to, for so long. I know the owner, so he always puts one away for me, man, and he charges it's cover price. So almost like 75% of my Turtles run are all retailer incentive covers.
Awesome. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I love them, dude, because every single one of them is kind of different. It's like a different artist's take on Turtles, put them in different situations. I love those covers. I think they're the best ones.
I agree, man. And the one that I get, I can't wait to show you, because you probably seen it though. You probably even have it.
You probably even have it.
You probably have
Turtle stuff, man. Yeah. That and Batman are the things I collect the most.
Yeah. All right. So currently,
issue 93, man, like City at War. I was looking forward to this, and I've been talking about getting up to issue 100, and I knew that this was going to set everything off. So if you think about it in terms of like that ASM, that the Amazing Spider-Man came out right before, I think it was 800. So they set up everything with Red Carnage for like the last 6 issues. Amazing Spider-Man 300, they set up Venom for the last 2. Everybody's looking forward to Spawn 300. But Turtles 100, dude, is starting from right now, 93, and it's going to be going for the next 7 issues.
For sure.
Something huge that's going to happen in 100.
And it pretty popped up. It pops off, like you said, in this issue. And for those of you that didn't join us last week, I kind of like recapped up to this point, in the sense where, I mean, the quickest recap I can give you is issue 50, which is this issue right here. Splinter the head shredder becomes the head. It becomes the leader of the Foot.
Yeah, that's the one. I got this one, the Eastman.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I got the cover on that one, man. I reread it today to get ready for this show because that's probably got to be my favorite issue out of the whole run. If you guys can find issue 50 and read that, not really even knowing what happened before, dude, it'll get you hooked on Turtles.
Without a doubt. And I explained to everyone in the chat, and shout out to TJ the Slab Dragon Watson, says they taste like chicken and make great soup. But this was a $7.99 cover price. So if you see it in the bin for that, that's cover price. Don't freak out.
Dude, but it's like a double or triple. Like it's a huge
book. You got the hard stock cover on it, and it's like 80 pages, and I don't even think there's any advertisements in it. It might be
at the very end. So what IDW does is all their advertisements, they throw it in at the very end, like the last 3 pages. So unlike Marvel, man, Marvel, you read 2 pages and then there's an advertisement, it kind of throws you off. So I'll be looking for 50. Caleb, man, Comic Smurf, check, dude, issue 50, like right from the very first page, man, it's fighting, and they're fighting. It's the Turtles versus Bebop and Rocksteady and 2 other mutants, Koya, and it's a shark. I can't remember the name of the shark. But dude, 80 to 90% of the issue is fighting. And good artwork, dude. Like I told you before, I think Santuloku is the best when it comes to drawing.
Hands down. And he's killing Shredder in hell. So as we mentioned, Splinter, the head Shredder, becomes the leader of the Foot, and he's taken over from that point on. And you have about, I want to say, pretty much from this point, I mean, you had probably about a good 10 issues after that, you have this whole conflict between the Turtles and Splinter, and
dude, Michelangelo runs off, man. He's
the one that dips, saying like, you're telling me the very thing that we've been fighting, we're gonna become, like, you're crazy, like, I'm out. Like, and he goes off and does his own thing. And then what's cool is that's when they start bringing in some of those other characters from the 90s show, and he starts having like, roommates and like the whole mutants thing and stuff like that. So I kind of dropped off. I forgot what issue, because I was just waiting for this, and I got to go back and, I'm missing probably like 6 issues in the run, because there was a few. I was like, I'm just not reading, so I was not going to put them back. But when I heard about this, a few, like I want to say like 89, I started getting back on it.
Right.
So at this point, pretty much Splinter being the head of the Foot, I mean, it still does its duties and its due diligence as like this very traditional, you can say, clan in a sense,
but they're more of a protective force for New York City, instead of when Shredder was in charge, they were just trying to take over New York City.
Yeah,
the way Splinter runs it is they're more to protect the city. But Karai comes back because she left also after that issue.
Yeah.
She leaves back to Japan to kind of find herself, she says. And, she came back, I think 2 or 3 issues ago to try to take back over.
And that's exactly what's happening now. It's almost like Game of Thrones feeling like,
seriously.
Claim her stake, to the head of the Foot, because Shredder is still dead. And actually there's a side series going on called Shredder in Hell, and it's actually him, and it seems to be him trying to fight his way back and to be reincarnated. And in this run of Turtles, it's like, in the beginning issues, they kind of like, their spirits, they reincarnate over time, and it just so happens like this point in time, the Turtles were reincarnating to turtles, Splinter was reincarnating to a rat, and so on and so forth.
So at the very end, and I wanted to say hi to everybody in the chat, man. So we got my boy Perry Comics in the house. Biggie Shaq, the boy who had 7. What is up, my man?
Up real quick, Biggie Shaq.
There it is. Got the belt.
I gotta put the gold on. The boy who had 7 years, man. I gotta promote this too. Right after this, I'll be joining him and Thanatos reviewing this. More green talk. Green Lanterns, Revenge of the Green Lanterns. So sweet. We strapped up. Thank you, Caleb. for still being in here. Thank you, Biggie Shaq. Thank you, Matt. You guys are awesome.
So at the end of issue, like I know I want to dive into 93, man, but I want to kind of set it up, dude, because there's just so much that happens. Like after 50, obviously there's 42 issues in between before the City at War. But at the very end of issue 50, we get Krang, who after he sees Shredder chop off the heads of the turtles when they were kids in Japan, he's wondering like why did Shredder pay so much attention to this family? So he tells one of his lieutenants, go down there and get their blood and get DNA from them. So that's the reason that they were able to be resurrected in, New York City as turtles, because he uses his mutagen with turtles in the essence, in the blood and everything from these kids back in the day. I mean, there's so much, man. It's just not Ninja Turtles that we remember, bro, from cartoons. Like there's a lot going on in this series.
No, for sure. And then you had the death of Krang in issue 75.
Yep.
Where
there is
straight up just eats him.
59 is the death of Splinter. So Splinter gets pretty messed up in that issue, and everybody went and bought it up, thinking it was really going to be the death. Yeah, and it wasn't. I mean, he's still alive. Nobody really dies in comics.
No, for sure. I got 2 issues of that, and I got 2 issues of that free comic book day stuff. So we might have to do a giveaway one of these days and send some turtle stuff out to somebody in the chat. Maybe we'll link up on something too. I don't know if you got something we can possibly spread some love out there to someone in the community.
For turtles, no, but I did go by Walmart and I picked up one of those the 3-pack of comics with Captain Marvel, the art germ variant.
Nice, fire.
They had 2 of them, man. So I'm gonna be giving one of those away.
There it is. So we'll be on the lookout for that for the comic Jabroni. So all right,
check out Jabroni's toys. Tell me, dude.
So 93. Is there anything else that we should, I guess, catch the people up on?
Dude, so I mean, that last issue, in the last 2 issues, we saw Karai and Splinter kind of talking it out, trying to parlay. She tells them, hey.
Yeah, it almost seemed like they were going to come to agreements.
Exactly. But the biggest hang up was now the Foot Clan has kind of taken over these kids. Like there were these kids that didn't have a home. They were homeless. So the Foot Clan took them in.
It almost feels like in the first movie. But
exactly.
Instead of them like stealing and selling drugs and all that type of stuff, these are
like little kids that
place for them to come, and she wants to create it to be that. And Splinter's like, no, bro, that's not what this is about.
Yeah, exactly. I can't give you back because he's ready to give it back to her.
Yeah,
said, you're right. You should be the leader of the Foot Clan. I don't want it, but we need to talk about it first before I do that. And that's the one hang up that she has is if these kids are gonna stay, I'm gonna make them soldiers. I'm going to make them the soldiers that they need to be. And he's like, no, they're just kids. You're not going to do that. So that's pretty much where everything just starts off, dude. City at War.
And then she pretty much is like, all right, well, now I know what I need to do. So she starts pretty much making her move to try to take over from that point. And then you have you can say it was Shredder's like right-hand man, but now, Splinter's, which is, Jenny or I guess Jenica.
Yeah, Jenny or Janika or something. I don't know. She's the Chunin.
Yeah, she's the one
like the sergeant at arms, man.
And she's killing it, right?
Yep.
So,
but she goes because Karai kind of invites her to talk about what's going on and says you need to join me. I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
well, that's later in the issue.
Where are you getting at? I see you flipping the pages there.
Yeah. Is that the part you wanted to talk about or no?
Hey, Perry Comics asks, does this tie into Spider-Man City at War?
Yeah, of course.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah. Of course, Perry.
Perry always got jokes, man.
Yo, shout out to John's Comics with Kids joining us. What's up, John? Thank you, brother.
Dude, that was just the biggest thing about this issue is I don't want to spoil anything for anybody if you guys still want to go out there and pick it up. But there is something pretty big that happens in this issue that ties into the Free Comic Book Day. Because Free Comic Book Day issue is like this. So here's 93, and then Free Comic Book Day was 93.5.
Yeah, pretty much, because it takes off. I'll say this, that might have been better than this actual issue in a sense, because I just felt like it just from the beginning, it takes off and it's all like boom, 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 you know, because this this whole setup, man, you don't. I guess we're not spoiling it. I would have just spoiled it. To your point,
Yeah,
so,
man. I don't want to. Like that's
all right.
Rod and Perry always giving me crap for spoiling things. So I don't want to spoil it for anybody, man. I want you guys.
What, yo, you know what, Edwin? Well, guess what? We're out 90 miles from comics, and what we do is we show off the comics. This has been out for 2 weeks. People are here for the turtle talk. They might want to get caught up. They want to see. They want to know. I'm spoiling it. If you don't want to know, then you might want to leave, bro.
Hey guys, hey, spoiler alert.
Yes,
spoiler
but
alert.
no, so,
about to spoil this.
Yeah, man, definitely not. So, all right. So the issue opens up. You got Splinter talking to his right hand man, Jenny, just laying, like, pretty much just giving up, letting her know what's up with Shredder's granddaughter trying to take over and the kids, and he needs her help to kind of, like, you know, calm things down. So while that's happening, you got the Turtles, you know, back at, like, their headquarters, and they're trying to, you know, put together their plan, you know, to help and do what they got to do in a sense. And then you got the total Raph moment where he's like, you know what, Leo, I ain't about this. I'm out. And that's, you know, like just straight up, you know, you're reading this like, all right, cool. Typical Turtles. I'm not surprised by this. This is what I want.
Yep. Just like the movie too, man. That original movie. Like
Yeah,
he's gonna fight with his brothers and he's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, it feels exactly like that. So then you cut to Karai and her gang of fools just making moves and just trying to recruit bigger and badder people into their stuff and just slicing people's necks off. So
yeah,
you got action, you got blood, all up in the comic.
And she's got that sword too, man. I think that sword has a name to it. There's something special about it. She got it when she was in Japan.
Yeah,
like
on fire. And it has to do with like the family and the Foot, I believe. Like, if I'm not mistaken, like it has.
I think so. In that secret history of the Foot Clan, right? That I reviewed a couple weeks ago. That Shredder is the essence and the reincarnation of the greatest swordsman that ever lived in Japan, right? Takeshi Tatsuo. That sword was his original sword. So that's that sword right there.
And it's got like
it's on fire, guys. It's a damn sword on fire.
So
hey, yo, Biggie Shaq, as far as my favorite turtle toy, man, I don't know. I love them all, dude, but that turtle van, when I was able to get that turtle van again, that's my favorite one, man. I love the turtle van.
My LCS has the blimp.
Oh, dude, I wish.
They have.
I got the van. I've got the speedster down here. There's the motorcycle. I got the skateboard, and then the van. I was able to get it from a comic shop, and they had it still in the box, man. Like the box was beat up, but I took it out so I could display it, dude.
You still kept the box? You threw it out?
Oh hell, come on, you crazy, dude. The box, I got it, man, safe and sound.
Even if it's beat up, man, you got the box. Hell yeah.
You know, little kid me would have threw the box away, man.
So you cut to April, Casey Jones. They're having a moment, you know, kind of reconsoling things. I guess, you know, Casey was kind of being an asshole at one point. Who's surprised by that?
Yep.
And, you know,
he's Casey's kind of been doing his own thing after issue 50. He became the leader of the Purple Dragons, I want to say. It's just another gang in New York. Yeah,
and they have, he's helping Splinter and all that type of stuff, you know, with them and helping the Foot keep control of the cities in a sense. So he gets snuck up on, it looks like to be one of Karai's, you know, members, and they have to pretty much take off April and Casey at that point. And from this point, this is where I feel like this is kind of where the issue starts taking off. You got Raph once again making his way back to the family and doing his whole thing there. And then this is where we were talking about what Edwin mentioned earlier. You have Karai meeting up with Jenny, the right-hand man of the Foot of Splinter, you could say.
Right.
And trying to just like make amends and trying to get on the same page. So that way, you know, Karai can eventually, or can take over the foot. You know, that's like the ultimate goal, you know?
Right.
So they're both, you know, expressing what the clan means to them, you know, and how it I get, you know, and what it does for them, I guess, in a sense, you know, like, and how it betters them, or how they want to make it better, you know? That's the better way to say it. So
spoiler alert for the next page, because the next page is where it happens. Right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the next page is the big one. Not there. If you flip over, I think that's where that's the spoiler I didn't want to tell nobody. I wanted them to go read it on their own.
yeah, whatever, man.
Chad don't care. Chad doesn't care.
But what are we gonna do, bro? Like, I mean, that's what we do on my show. Anyone that
hey, I'm on your show, brother. You do what you do, man.
We open books, we show the panels, we're trying to get people in it, you know. I'll say this, like, yeah, we're talking about it. You can say we're spoiling it and reviewing it, but nothing compares to like reading it. You got to, like, you know, pacing of it, the words, the context
is king.
Is everything.
Yeah.
So, you know,
context is king.
I feel like, you know, that's what I want people to look in and see it. I'm like, damn, I want to read that. Like, you want to know the context into it. So yeah, I'm talking, they're trying to like just get on the same page, you know. They're just talking about, you know, what the foot means to them. You know,
Jenny has the turtles kind of watching her back. Like, they're in that van kind of chilling out, making sure nothing happens to her. Because they don't trust Karai, obviously, you know? That's
no one trusts Karai. But everyone trusts Jenny. And Karai knows if she can get Jenny on her side, things will be, you know, going her way.
Right.
Of course, Jenny reveals her. She goes, "I'm sorry, Karai, but I will never join you or another or anyone else against Master Splinter, because he is the head of the foot, and her alliance is to that.
Yeah, exactly. To the Foot Clan.
Exactly. And if she was the head of the foot, her alliance would be to her. But because she is not, and that's what she explains to her. Yep. So, of course, Karai don't want to hear that. And what you see?
Bam.
Spoiler alert. She go ahead and stab Jenny.
Stabs her right in the belly.
And then at this point, this is where everyone.
In that last page, Karai asked Jenny, but would you die for him? And then Jenny says, yeah, in a heartbeat. And then bam, all right. Bam. Take this.
Takes it. So, of course, after that, turtles make their move in, you know, and you get a little action going on right there. So they come up, they get Jenny into the van, throw Jenny in the van. They know they got to go to the hospital. They got the goons, you know, obviously stopping them. And he goes, Big Shaq, oh no, I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
And, you know, they managed to break away. And that's kind of where the issue ends. Now, what's cool is here you get to see like kind of where everything's like is mapped out here in the city.
That's what I was going to point out too, man. I love that. I love that map there. Super
cool with that, bro. Super cool. So we got a few more minutes, and guess what?
So you would imagine that this map is going to change throughout the next however many issues. Like, so if you see with this map, the different colors, it's going to start changing to where, you know, the Foot Clan will have this much space and the turtles, like, man, you guys should be reading. You should be reading The City at War.
I mean, I agree. I think that's why we're here, giving it to the people. Hopefully we can draw them in. Hopefully you go add this to your pool. I did mention, or did see someone mention earlier. Who was it? I want to say it was Comic Fu. When we did the Batman TMNT, he's like, yo, I gotta add this to my list. I'm like, you know, and that's what I do this for. I do my shows, show people what's going on the inside, because sometimes, man, it doesn't do it justice, and you really gotta show people, man, you know?
Yeah.
So
I got Shredder. Biggie Shaq says I got Shredder in Hell #1, dude. Shredder in Hell has been good too.
Bro, phenomenal. And that guy's writing it and drawing it.
Yep.
And no one is talking about that. And you know what, bro? Maybe we'll talk about that next week. That's
what the B covers on that have been fire, bro.
Oh,
fire. I think, do I got him here? I know I got him somewhere.
Yeah. So
here you go. So this was the first one. That's the retailer incentive for Shredder in Hell #1, and then there's That's the creepy zombie turtles on that second one. Yeah, Shredder in Hell's been good, man.
No, sure. You know what? Maybe
it's all leading up. It's all leading up to Shredder getting reincarnated.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to life.
Exactly. And you know what? Maybe next week we'll do Free Comic Book Day, and then we'll do Shredder in Hell.
Oh yeah,
we could probably bust.
Issue 3 comes out next week.
Does it really?
Yeah, issue 3 comes out next week, man.
All right, so we're. I mean, do you want to do that one on Thursday too?
Hey, makes it easy, dude. We know what to talk about,
right? Now, I will say this. This was awesome. It takes place right after the issue we just reviewed.
Yeah.
I guess I don't.
The turtles put Jenny in the back of the van, and they're taken off to a hospital. And then it tells you at the very bottom, like, this issue will pick up in Free Comic Book Day, and it does. It's like the next panel is they're driving to the hospital.
Action packed. This thing was action packed. It was probably one of my this and Spider-Man were my favorite reads from Free Comic Book Day, without a doubt.
Those were the two that I grabbed.
Bro, action packed. You know, you got just aerial attacks. You got people suiting up in different armors and different things. Pretty cool, man. I guess we'll dive into it next week, because I am getting on another show, and I don't want to keep them waiting, because I'm sure they're actually waiting on me. I'll be joining Matt Thanatos Comics and The Boy Who Had 7. We're reviewing Green Lantern, Revenge of the Green Lanterns. I'll see all of you guys in the chat. But before we get there, make sure you go pick this up, read it somehow digitally. You can find it, I'm sure, so you can be part of the conversation next week. And get caught up, because next week it's happening. I'm sure I got it somewhere in here. Shredder in Hell.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead? You got a copy to show it off? I'm sure you do next week.
I just have I had those the B covers.
Oh yeah, here we go. I got the A ones.
Yeah.
If you're not caught up, even the A and B, the regular covers are even nice though too, man. My shop only had these, so I took them.
Dude, like I told you, man, I've been going to my shop for so long that these antennas for turtles, they hooked me up, bro. Like they're covered price on them, man.
Yeah, I just kind of switched over my list, so I gotta get on there, yo. And I gotta talk to that person that's doing that. So I gotta get on that. But next week, Free Comic Book Day, Turtles, Shredder in Hell. Go ahead. If you haven't read them, read them so you can be part of the conversation. If not, you can wait to see what happens, and hopefully we're drawing you in. Edwin, what you got coming out on your channel, man?
So tomorrow I should be dropping my Arcs and Minis episode 4, man. I review, story arcs and mini series that some people may not know about. So just kind of get you into reading something different. So tomorrow I'm going to be going over Amazing Spider-Man, the assassination plot, or Assassination Nation, something like that. So that's a 6-issue miniseries. And then Saturday I should be on Coast to Coast with Rod the Rican and Jeffrey Comic Hand.
All right. I got to get me on one of them episodes of Coast to Coast. I got to link up with Rod. He reached out to me. We're going to make it happen.
Oh, dude, that guy, he is working hard, bro, trying to get everybody he can on Coast to Coast.
No, for sure. But I'm more than glad to hop on, because you already know there ain't nothing better than Y290, and YouTube is 90.
YouTube is 90.
Ever forget that YouTube is 90. I had to do that one time for Kenny.
Did Kenny make the list? Kenny said something about making the list earlier.
Well, Batman TMNT crossover just made his list. And
there we go. It just made the list.
As you guys know, I'm hopping on with Thanatos, Boy Who Had 7, reviewing Green Lantern. So make sure you go check me out there. Monday night, you can find me on the MCE channel, geeking out on that geek show. You can also find me on Story Comic Core right after that, 10 o'clock, as we review Why the Last Man. Wednesday nights, right back here for 90MF Comics weekly comic reviews. And next week, best believe, we're coming back with more Turtles, Turtle Talk Thursday. It's going to be myself, Edwin the Comic Jabroni, C. Woodard 19, and Who Dat Comics. I'm promoting it now. We're getting the 4 of us on, yo. We're all gonna have to figure out what turtle we are next week, man. That's gonna be the
We're
opening.
gonna have to put the bandanas on too, man.
I got a bandana for each one of them. So whoever I am, I can make that happen, bro.
I got them, bro. I put it on. I even have the turtle shell, like the book bag too, bro. I go all out. I don't care. Play it up.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us. It's been awesome. Make sure you guys go get some pizza. Cowabunga, dudes.
Cowabunga, dudes. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hey, Chad, thanks a lot, man.
Oh, this is awesome. And it's only the beginning, my friend.
Only the beginning.
Thank you guys in the chat once again. Have a great night. Cowabunga.